Nigeria's inflation rises to 34.60% in November, says National Bureau of Statistics. Federal government completely clears ECOWAS levy for the first time in 19 years. Oil eases from highs in weeks as investors eye Federal Reserve rate cuts. Plus, Asian markets mostly rise as central bank decisions take the spotlight. The program is Business Express, coming to you live from the network service of the NTA. I am Musa Abubakar. And now let's bring you up to speed with business development. Latest figure from the National Bureau of Statistics shows that Nigeria's annual rate rose to 34.60% in November from 33.88% in October. This marks a continuation of the upward trend observed from September, when the nation recorded a reversal of a 2-month decline. The Statistics Office said the November 2024 headline inflation rate showed an increase of 0.72% points compared to the October 2024 headline inflation rate. On a year-on-year basis, the NBS said the headline inflation rate was 6.40% points higher than the rate recorded in November 2023. This shows that the headline inflation rate on a year-on-year basis increased in November 2024 compared to the same month in the preceding year. Furthermore, on a month-on-month basis, the headline inflation rate in November 2024 was 2.638%, which was 0.002% points lower than the rate recorded in October 2024. This, it said, means that in November 2024, the rate of increase in the average price level is slightly lower than the rate of increase in the average price level in October 2024. According to the report, the food inflation rate in November 2024 was 39.93% on a year-on-year basis, 7.08% points higher than the rate recorded in November 2023. The federal government of Nigeria has paid 85 billion naira and $54 million as its community levy to the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, covering the period from 2023 to July 2024. This payment marks a significant achievement, as it is the first time in 19 years that Nigeria has paid 100% of its community levy. Dr. Umar Taure, president of the ECOWAS Commission, made the announcement during the opening of the 6th ordinary session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government at the Banquet Hall, Presidential Villa, Abuja. Now, the African Development Bank AFDB Group is to launch the Debt Management Forum for Africa, DEMFA. DEMFA is a new platform aimed at promoting high-level dialogue on debt productivity and sustainability across the continent. In a statement by the bank said the launch will bring together Africa's ministers of finance and central bankers. Others are debt managers, policymakers, experts, and relevant stakeholders. Participants will exchange views and lessons on challenges related to Africa's debt vulnerabilities. According to the bank, the Denver is a critical response to the continent's rising public expenditure, declining domestic revenues, rising debts, and debt servicing costs. World Trade Center Abuja has announced plans to unveil new amenities in 2025 as part of efforts to revolutionize the property sector. The Vice President of the World Trade Center, Ahmad Karim Adi Laja, who disclosed this, noted that the efforts made in 2024 resonate with the center's resilience in supporting the government to promote real estate growth and boost trade. According to him, the body is working to attract international brands, foster innovation, and unlock global opportunities for Nigerian enterprises. Now, the federal government has outlined its strategic priorities for Nigerian youths in 2025, which seeks to empower and transform the nation's young population with specific focus on access to capital, job creation, and skills for export as top priorities. Olayinka Ojo reports that this was the focal point at the end of the 7th National Council on Youth Development in Maiduguri, Borno State capital.
With more than 60% of its population under the age of 25, the country is blessed with one of the world's most dynamic and promising youth demographics.
This youthful population can be a driving force for sustainable development, peace, and economic prosperity if adequately empowered and supported.
And since investing in the holistic development of young people is essential for economic growth, the Minister of Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande, and Borno State Governor reiterate government's commitment to provide access to quality education, relevant skills training, healthcare, and economic opportunities that will continue to create safe spaces for young people to explore their potentials. This will in turn translate into transforming and repositioning the Nigerian youth and make them catalysts for economic growth.
I urge you to join me in embracing these innovation solutions, actionable strategies, and collective approach that will empower the youth to drive and focus on creating the legacy that we want Nigerian youth to build.
Together we can cultivate an environment where creativity thrives, ideas flourish, and dreams become a reality.
For the Commissioners of Youth Development, the tasks before them are youth empowerment, skills development, entrepreneurship support, and increased youth involvement in decision-making processes.
Accountability, transparency, which is what we are demonstrating here. We've addressed 72 key memos that have been put on the table by various stakeholders.
We need to always address the issues of youth by understanding three things: their thoughts, behavior, and actions.
Most of the policies we are going to put in place are those that will make Nigerian youth employable.
The last National Council meeting on youth development was held 5 years ago.
Let's head to the capital market, where a summary of the market activities for last week has been packaged by Olayinka Ojo. Let's have it.
The NGX All-Share Index and market capitalization appreciated by 1.19% to close the week at 99,378.06 basis points and 60.242 trillion naira. A total turnover of 2.729 billion shares worth 49.845 billion naira in 43,298 deals were traded by investors on the floor of the exchange. The financial services industry led the activity chart with 1.705 billion shares valued at 18.874 billion naira in 19,203 deals. The ICT industry followed with 286.657 million shares worth 6.346 billion naira in 2,000 603 deals, while the third place was the oil and gas industry with a turnover of 209.404 million shares worth 10.827 billion naira in 5,803 deals. Trading in the top three equities, namely Coronation Insurance PLC, eTransact International PLC, and FCMB Group PLC, accounted for 865.665 million shares worth 3.629 billion naira in 1,149 deals. A total of 167,935 units of exchange-traded products valued at 6.493 million naira were traded in 78 deals. While for bonds, a total of 33,533 units valued at 37.268 million naira were traded in 25 deals. For summary of price changes, 51 equities appreciated in price during the week, 35 equities depreciated in price, while 67 equities remained unchanged. Olayinka Ojo for Business Express.
Well, this is where we end this edition of Business Express. We value your feedback, so keep the comments, observations, and suggestions coming. Be informed that all previous episodes are available on YouTube on NTS channel. Business Express returns tomorrow, Tuesday by 9:30 a.m. I'm Abuja. Enjoy the rest of your day.